Hi, my name is Felipe Pinto, and this is the review of the book, The Fifth Discipline. The book, re-edited in 2003, was written by Peter Senge, and we gave it 5 stars. But most importantly, we made it mandatory reading for every M2M Sys collaborator. What is the book about? In short, the book is about a concept of the learning organization. And what is a learning organization? It is an organization that uses a management philosophy based on knowledge and understanding, not fear, of complexity, the complexity of the real world. So the learning organization opposes the dominant Western management philosophy, which rewards the short-term decision, the basic instinctive reaction based on our preconceived ideas and fears that have little regard for history and ultimately lead to failure. It is an organization that understands that all the elements, either assets or people, are interconnected, and that when making a decision that we think could only impact one specific element, we end up seeing that actually has a devastating effect on other sides of the organization. And ultimately, all of this is only possible through the continuous study of 5 different disciplines: personal mastery, mental models, team learning, shared vision, and systems thinking. During part 1, Peter Senge lays down the arguments for the necessity of the learning organization. The first one, which he calls the concept of the lever, represents our inability to look at the complexity of the organization. And by doing so, we are not taking advantage of the leverage points where the smallest effort can make the biggest difference. The other one is the organization learning disabilities, which Peter Senge summarizes in 7. And according to him, the fact that our organizations are not contributing to increase the knowledge of the people and its own knowledge is allowing people to not make the right decisions. And lastly, the fact that we are prisoners of our own thinking, of our own preconceived ideas, fueled by our lack of knowledge. On part 2, Senge introduces the key concepts necessary for the understanding of the learning organization. The first one, complexity laws, to which Senge calls the 11 laws of the 5th discipline. The other one is the concept of feedback loops. The fact that in the real world, every influence is both a cause and an effect. And he actually, Senge, on this last revision, talks about 9/11 and the fact that there are a lot of negative consequences of fighting violence with more violence. And the fact that we don't understand these feedback loops leads us not to be able to understand what are dynamically complex systems that are varying because there's a bunch of feedback loops. Then he introduces the concept of templates and the fact that we can pretty much model any day-to-day scenario of an organization by applying a template. The author points us to where the leverage points are in the different archetypes. And lastly, all of these different concepts are putting together to analyze a situation people express, which was once the fastest growing airline company in the US, and he basically says these people were not able to see the forest, concentrated too much on the tree and underinvested, so they were not able to keep track of what the customer wanted. Part 3 describes how to put in practice the learning organization, and according to the author, that can only occur by practicing 5 different disciplines, of which the first one is personal mastery. And what is important here is to understand that organizations grow because employees and the people that work within the organization are themselves growing. So personal mastery is one's drive towards continuous improvement by learning. The other one is through understanding mental models and to understanding what leads certain people through lack of knowledge to fear certain ideas, to fear systems thinking. So if people don't study mental model, the projects will not be successful. The other one is the importance of the shared vision. When people have something in common, they rally for it. And the other one is team learning, which is a discipline that goes over certain techniques of dialogue and discussion to allow teams to swarm. On part 4, Senge shares best practices from lessons learned. And he starts by talking about good organizations that exist for more than just profit, good people, and new trends of collaboration, machine learning, and biological systems. The other one he introduces is impetuous. Organizations that want to become learning organizations have people that want to be there, people that care, and people that advocate learning. These are people, highly motivated people. They just want to be there, and they have fun, and they want to learn. The other one is strategies. Senge introduces several strategies to allow the learning organizations, and they are integrating learning and working, starting where you are with whatever is there, becoming bicultural, creating practice fields, connecting with the core of the business, building learning communities, working with others, and developing learning infrastructures. And then the last part, the author introduces the new leader. He talks about there will be a lot more women, there will be people from underdeveloped countries, and they all will have something in common, which is a very important concept of the 3 Ps of people, planet, and profit. He introduces the concept of system citizens, or the ability to inter-network people and to allow the citizen to also become a system. One of the things he also says is about the frontiers, is that nothing will occur overnight. Part 5, the last part in the book, is a very, very small part. Senge introduces the concept that the earth is an indivisible whole. And I quote, "Nature, and that includes us, is not made of parts within wholes. It is made of wholes within wholes." And this is an extremely powerful message that indicates clearly that we are all together. We are all part of the same system. Why is this book a must-read at M2M SYS? At M2M SYS, we are experts on complex adaptive systems, which are a subclass of systems which are able to learn and adapt. We believe this book is a great introduction to complexity theory, and it does an exceptional work mapping engineering to business concepts. Thank you for watching. We hope watching this video was a rewarding experience. Our main objective is to inform and share ideas with our customers. If you believe that our ideas are of interest to your organization, or you would like to know more, please don't hesitate and contact us.